What's up, everybody? Mike Camarado again with Learning God Ministries. Happy Sunday once again. And, yeah, I'm playing Santa right now. I'm making my good list and I'm making my bad list. So, let's talk about good and let's talk about bad. Alright, well, this is easy. I open up the cheese, and the cheese, which wasn't blue cheese, has turned into blue cheese. Is the cheese good, or is the cheese bad? Okay, the cheese in that case is bad. Unless I opened it up to find that I wanted blue cheese, and I'm eating blue cheese, and therefore the outcome is good. The cheese is good. What about Limburger cheese? What are you saying? I'm talking about cheese for this entire sermon? Limburger cheese. I think it's bad. But no, it's good. What about that fruit? Durian fruit? You can't even smell it because it smells terrible. But people eat it for that smell and taste, so it's good. So what is good and what is bad? Good and bad are all relative. Well, let's write relative. Does that mean they're related to you? No. But they're related to each other. What someone thinks is good, another person might think is bad. So how do we discern if something was good or if something was bad? And the only way to discern that, besides a little matter of your own taste, is God's good and bad. He has his own definition of the word good and his own definition of the word bad. In his eyes, that's the only good and bad that matter. So what really is good? What is our definition, man's definition of good? We set a goal, right? I have a goal in my head. I have something I want to do. And guess what? I meet the goal. If I meet my goal, that's a good outcome. Doesn't matter if the goal was going to hurt anybody else, drag someone down, whatever bad consequences it would have took for someone else, it would have been bad. I met my goal. Therefore, my outcome was a good one. Sporting team, once again, they're going out in the field to win their game. They have to meet their goal. And if they win the game, they've met their goal. I don't know of any sport team that's going to go on the field to have a good outcome by losing their goal. So what is a bad outcome in our eyes? In humans' eyes, what's bad? I have a goal. Once again, goal not met. So if it's not met, that's a bad outcome. I set out to do something. I had a goal. I had that finish line in my head. I didn't meet it. So the goal had a bad outcome. Got it? So that's what our understanding of good and bad is. I don't like to talk about bad things. I just don't like to. But to put this in perspective and then to bring God into the picture of it, I think it's the only way I could do it. 9/11. I live in New York, and I am a New Yorker, and I was affected, of course, by 9/11 because it was very close to where I live. When the Yahoos, and I'm not going to mention any names, they had a goal to fly planes into buildings around us. They met their goal. Therefore, to them, it was a good outcome. Now, to us as Americans, especially to the people that lived around these areas where the planes went down, not only affecting them, but all the loved ones and family and whatever else, it was a bad outcome. It all depends on which side is seeing this goal. I don't want you to meet that goal. And if I stop you from meeting that goal, to me, my goal was met, so it was good. Does that make sense? But forget about all of what we think. When we go to the source, God, how does God see that as? Did God see that goal as a good one or a bad one? And that's up to God to decide, especially when you got to go see him later. And don't think you aren't, because you are going to see him later. We can't escape it. Everyone is going to see him. You might have had some good goals set in your life, and you met them. They were good for you. But did God see those goals that you set as being good in his eyes or bad in his eyes? Because that's the only decision maker that you have to worry about. Forget about if you thought that goal was good. If you stepped over a whole bunch of people to get it and hurt people in the process, did God decide if it was good or bad? That's up to him to decide. And he knows, because he's always with you. Whether you believe in him or not, he's always with you. All right? Does that bring good and bad into more of a relative situation? Because that's really all that matters. How did God see your goal? He decides later. So set those goals and make sure when you set them, am I doing something good in God's eyes? Or is he not going to be too happy about the goal that I'm setting? All right, that's it. Mike Camarado again, Learning God Ministries. And whatever good or bad goal you set, remember to do it with God. All right, see you next week. Bye-bye.